This video will go through what is a Google site and how you access Google Sites here at Brady. So what is a Google site? A Google site is an online application that makes creating a website as easy as editing a document. It allows you to display a variety of information all in one place. Things like your shared files or maybe your calendars, different presentations or videos, just some textual information, all types of different information. And then you can easily share it for others to view or to edit it, and you can do that with maybe just a small group or with your entire company. So when would you use a Google site? Well, when you need an online place for multiple people to share information. So this might be with your team members or for a specific project you're working on, or maybe something related to a specific topic that you want to keep all the information in one spot. So let's get to how you access Google Sites here at Brady. So at the very top of your email, you'll notice that there is a Sites link. We ask that you do not use that link at the top of your screen because this will bring you to the Sites section for your email domain. So instead, we want all sites created in the bradycorp.com domain to make sure that we have one global directory for all of our Google Sites. So rather than using that Sites link, we ask that you always use our Start page. And the Start page is located at this URL. If you don't have this as your default in your browser, we ask that this be your home page because you could use this quite often to access various things here at Brady. So let's go to that link. So this is the Brady Start page, and you can get to things such as mail and calendar, inside Brady, some other things. But here under Other Applications, there is a link for Google Sites. So you click on that, and it takes you to our Google Sites section. So as you'll notice, there's some tabs at the top, and we'll go through each of those. The very first tab is how you create and view sites, and we'll go through that in a minute. But some other tabs that are on here are a Help tab. So there's some links here that allow you to get some information on sites. We have an internal help site here. If you click on this link, it will take you to an internal help site that we manage on a regular basis. We are continuously updating it with information related to, how do I do certain things for my site? How do I change the logo of my site? Or how do I edit the sidebar? Or how do I embed a Google document? So those types of things are accessible here in the help. There's also at the very bottom a link here. If you have a question that you need answered, you can always click on this link to fill out a form and someone will get back to you. There's another tab, a training tab. So we are starting to offer webinars for the various regions. The US has started. So this information for the dates of training will be available on here. You can check back for this. There's a More Information tab, and this just has some other information, so maybe some frequently asked questions for both sites and docs, or sharing sites with external users. So some additional sites information that you may find helpful. And then the last tab is what we went through already, which is reiterating to not use that sites link at the top of your email. And the other thing you'll see in the upper right hand corner here is to sign up to be an early adopter. This is something that we're looking for users to hopefully sign up for. If you click on it, it will take you to a form where you could sign up to be an early adopter. And it explains here, what does that mean to be an early adopter? Well, it means that you're someone who likes playing around with Google Sites on your own, and you would be one of the first people to be notified about updates that Google launches to sites. So we get that information on a regular basis, and you would get communicated that information immediately. And at some point, we'd also like to have go-to people at the various locations. So if we start to get a lot of questions about sites, or someone needs help with their site, we'd like to be able to refer them to on-site early adopters. Okay, so if you're interested in that, you can just fill that out and submit it, and you'll get added to our list. So to go back to the first tab, this is where you can create and view sites. There is a note here that says, for users whose email address ends in bradycorp.com, skip to step 2. So let me just explain. Step number 1 asks you to watch this very short 1-minute video about how to log into Google Sites. If you're in a domain other than Brady Corp, there's going to be an additional step, a login step that you have to take, and this video walks you through that. We're not going to play it here because I'll actually walk through the process myself since I'm currently logged in as a non-bradycorp.com user. So we'll go through that in a minute. But step 2 says click the button below to view all existing Google sites. So you can click on this button to view the Google sites, or you can click the link here to create a new site. And then notice there is also a link here that says I need help with creating a site. So if you click on that link, it's going to take you to a page that steps you through the process of creating a new site. So there's step-by-step information here that you can walk through. Okay, but for our purposes, we are just going to view Google Sites. So again, this is going to take us to the Google Sites in the bradycorp.com domain. If I click on it, I'm now being prompted, and the reason I'm being prompted is because I'm currently logged in as a non-bradycorp.com person. I'm a clement.com user. So since I can't log into this bradycorp.com login screen, I'll have to go to the bottom here and click on Sign in with a different account. So I'm going to type in my name, which is Google Site Trainer at clement.com, and I click OK. And at this point, now I'm taken to the bradycorp.com sites. So for non-bradycorp.com users, you will have that additional login step. For someone who's in the bradycorp.com domain, you will not have that step. It'll just immediately take you to this screen. So we are now taken to the sites listings, and the first thing that you see are my sites listed in bradycorp.com. Okay, so these are the sites. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sites. These are 5 sites that have been explicitly shared with me. So my name has been added to the access list for each of these sites. So that's why it shows up in my sites. At the bottom, though, there is this Browse Sites within BradyCorp. So if I click on that, this is now going to take me to a screen with a bunch of categories in the left-hand column here. And what this means is these are all of the different categories of sites that I have access to. And this might mean that there are sites that my name was not explicitly added in. However, maybe it was shared with everyone in the company. So let's just click on an example. We'll click on Americas. And these are all the sites that are categorized under Americas. And if you'll notice, there's a lot of these that say shared with everyone in bradycorp.com, shared with everyone in bradycorp.com. So that's why these sites are listed here rather than in the My Sites section. So you could click on any of these. So if we click on one, and you can open them up, and this kind of gives you the opportunity to look around and see what other types of sites people have created. So you could go back and maybe click on another category, and we could click on that. And you'll notice as you're looking through the sites that they look different. So this is kind of nice to be able to take a look at the different types of styles people have out there. But let's say that you know that there's a site out there that you want to access, but you can't for the life of you remember what category it's under. But you know that there's something in the title that's marketing something or other. So instead of trying to go through all these categories, you can type in the search box. And let me make a note here. Let's type in marketing. That there's 2 options to search. So you can either search My Sites, which will search that very first screen that we were in with those few sites that had my name explicitly listed, or you can search All Sites. And by searching All Sites, it means all sites that I have access to. So let's click on Search All Sites. And what this is going to do is it's going to find everything with marketing in it. So the very top section of the search results here shows sites matching marketing. So there are 2 sites that have the word marketing in it that I happen to have rights to. Below that, you'll notice that these are actually search results from the sites that have marketing in it. So it searches file names, so this happens to be a PDF, and then it also searches for page names as well. So the search is quite powerful. It not only searches just titles, but it's also going to search content of sites as well. So if we click back to dashboard, this is going to take us back to bradycorp.com sites. And if you watch the next video, you will learn on how to create a new site.